wherever you're watching WI TV. It's another edition of News Review. I am Odunayo Adelere, and with me in the studio this morning,
I'm Ambassador Rochi Norilua. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, viewers all over the world, wherever you are watching. Please keep on watching WI TV.
Please like to share, like, subscribe to your loved ones. You can share to your loved ones. Subscribe to this channel, WI TV, Wisdom Yard Online Television. We're on Facebook, on YouTube, on X account, on TikTok, on Instagram as well, Wisdom Yard Online TV. Thanks to our sponsor, Nokpa About, to say a very big thank you to you. And to all our viewers home and abroad, we say a very big thank you to you. And to all our 200,000 subscribers, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. It's a massive one from you to us. To say a very big thank you to you.
We appreciate your love towards this station.
Thank you so much. You know how we did on the show. We'll bring to you news that made it to the top. We'll go on a short commercial break, where then we talk on the one we should talk about. But I will not be the only one talking today. We will not be the only one talking today. You can call in on 0701010849, and you can as well drop your comments in the comment section. Let's rub our minds together currently on what is happening in Nigeria. So on Punch newspaper this morning, we have, the news came in as breaking. DSS arrest #end bad governance in Nigeria protest leader in Abuja. Hunger protest. Marketers stop full supply, kills Resurface. Security operatives disperse protesters in Abuja, arrest 3. Be vigilant. Federal government issues travel alert to Nigerians over UK violence. And on Vanguard newspaper, we have protest. Tinubu's broadcast fell short of expectations. This is coming from organizers Atiku, Soyinka, PDP, NLC, and others. IBB disowns post endorsing military rule, says democracy has come to stay. Sanwo-Olu opens new engagement channels with protesters. On Daily Post newspaper, we have resign if you can't pay 70,000 naira minimum wage. NLC to Gombe governor. Bola looking for Ononuga's job. Tinubu's speech didn't leak. Atiku's ex-aide. These are the news that made it to the top today. So the first one we'll be talking about, like I said we are still on the hunger protest. So the first one that came on my watch list this morning says, security operatives disperse protesters in Abuja, arrest 3.
I don't know the reason why the security operatives will go after the protesters. If not the order is from the IGP or from the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You see, let me tell you this. This is what we call democracy. We are in a democracy era, not in the military era. Democracy is all about the people and the government. Yeah. I believe you should be able to speak up your mind. When you see that things is going so wrong, I believe when you speak up your mind, the government at least can be able to readjust themselves. Yeah. Why would you go and disperse protesters? It was a peaceful protest, not until when the police decided to take over the protest.
Tear gas
the protesters. When you people who are on board today, who will believe you consider yourself untouchable today, where during the period of Jonathan, I kept on repeating this. How many of you were shot at? How many of those protesters were tear gassed? No. I believe you should be able to see how you are going to manage this thing. And when you look at what is going on now, you will see that this set of APC so-called ruling class has nothing to offer the whole Nigeria.
When President came out yesterday to give his speech, when the news came out on Friday that the President is going to give speech on Sunday, I was like, I hope this man is going to say something positive, something encouraging for the youth to say. But it's so disheartening that the youth, even those that I was not expecting for the protest to continue today, honestly.
Let me tell you.
But for the protesters to come out and say, let me tell
you this. The speech that the president gave to the whole country yesterday has no confidence We have no confidence in the speech.
Honestly.
And there wasn't a way out in the speech. The president just came out. You were not talking about the protesters that were being arrested. You were not talking about the press man, the journalists that were being arrested. Where is it in the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that whenever a protest is going on, journalists don't have the right to cover the event? You have the STV cable in your house. It is not that you have a smart TV in your house, when you go to Ajasera, go and look at the reporters. They have their free movement of doing their job. You are not addressing that. You are not addressing the hunger in the land. You are telling us that for the country to move forward, it's a collective sacrifice. Who else is going to sacrifice if you people are not sacrificed? You are talking about sacrifice. Where the sacrificial offering is coming from, you people said. Do you know how much the amount of money that was set aside to renovate the VP's house? Now the question still remains that before the vice president was elected, the vice president of the Nigerian Federal Republic,
that is Kashim Shettima.
Was he living under the bridge?
No.
Why now?
My concern about that, we are a bit digressing before we go into the main topic for today. My question about that is, if you want to renovate a house, we understand that renovating can take more money, but should it be to that extent?
Let me tell you this.
It's not as if they are bringing down the building.
When the vice president of Shibajo was there, it was renovated. So within 8 years now, the former vice president, and his entire family has been able to disorganize or has been able to vandalize what was renovated during their own regime. You have your own house. When last did you renovate your house?
Mine?
Yes.
I can't remember.
That's the question we need to ask ourselves. That is the question we need to ask ourselves. When this government is out of the board, from the board now, another president or vice president that is going to be elected will still go to the extent of dedicating some amount of money for the renovation of that house again. My
own is, I am not saying you cannot renovate your house. Yes, it is. If it is your personal property and you're bringing out money from your pocket, it's fine, all well and good. But coming into the government purse, picking out things to suit yourselves, and not ready to hear the groanings of the poor masses. If truly
this set of people says they knows the problem of Nigeria, I believe Abalokon, when he was campaigning, he said he has been serving them for the past 30 years. That was the reason. That was what we failed to understand. He said he has been serving them for the past 30 years, that this is the right time for you to serve, and we still go ahead. Though,
Mike, sir, somebody said something. I think that was during the convocation of Babcock University. The man said,
the video.
I'm not talking about that Kwabeldunzo, because what the governor said there was kind of, I don't want to base on but the man that spoke after that Kwabeldun spoke, he said, as a leader, as somebody that the poor Nigerians voted for, you are not going there to lead. You are going there to serve
us that voted you in power.
When this man was coming on board, we failed to realize there are some spoken words. We need to sit down, digest them, assimilate them, know what the positive impact of what this word is saying, and know the negative impact.
It is my turn.
This man came and said, Egbe kini yiwa, ebi loko.
He mentioned something. He said, I will make the inflation high. And nobody is saying anything. No, they both turned deaf ear based on their political ambition and what Tinubu is going to offer them when they support his ambition of becoming the president.
We are on protest. We were lamenting that fuel price hikes skyrocketed. Now we cannot even get the fuel. Marketers are stopping fuel supply due to protest that is ongoing.
On the protest, so the truck that is
they cannot move.
They cannot move. If the president has come.
I'm sorry, sir. If any vehicle carrying fuel tries to move now, what do you think is going to happen?
The vehicle will be vandalized and it will be burnt into ashes. We also what went wrong in I think Kaduna. What went wrong in Kaduna? If the protesters are not being attacked by the so-called
political talk.
No,
the police
officers. The protest would have been peaceful.
This governor, this Zamfara governor, Dauda Lawal, he said something, and I quote, Bono, he said the protest that was ongoing in the state was a peaceful one, not until thugs came and hijacked the protest. So I love the fact that there are some set of people that knows that these people are embarking on a peaceful protest, but some people are trying to blackmail them. They are trying to manipulate them.
These are the same people who are in power today. When Jonathan was the president of the, I saw a post yesterday. Somebody said, I think we owe this man an apology.
Good luck, Jonathan.
Good luck, Jonathan.
We owe a lot of people an apology.
Because when Good luck Jonathan was there, what was the dollar reached then? The dollar to naira was around 198 naira. Not even up, I think 175.
I saw something.
Not even up to that.
You see, if you...
A bag of rice was 7,000 naira.
If you try to surface this social media space very well, you will see some set of things that you want to sit down and think. And you're saying is, don't put Nigeria matter on your head.
Yes.
But you came out 2 days ago and said, please, try to put Nigeria matter on your head. Because now, I saw that short clip. The man went to a filling station, a petrol station, and said he wanted to buy fuel. How much is 1 liter? And they said the liter is, I think, was it 45 naira or so? The man was saying, but the government said you should sell it at 30 naira. I was like, can they bring that 30 naira to this our regime?
You are talking about the past.
Yeah, they should bring it to this regime.
Do you think they can bring it to the regime?
It is not possible.
If that 30 naira is brought back to this regime, do you know how many of our leaders that will leave this country and travel out from this country? Because what is going to enter their purse will not, you don't get what I'm saying. You see, what I do say was that this set of people have seen that seat as their family birthright, and they are using that opportunity. They believe once they are being elected there, that is their own opportunity of embezzling the Nigerian money because of what has happened in the past.
And
those that have left that seat.
And I feel, as I know, this will linger on if the source of this problem is not tackled. Why? Do you know how much a ticket of presidential candidate is being sold?
Let me tell you
I think for APC was 100 million.
Let me tell you this. I said it some times ago. I think 2 weeks ago when I said when we were on a program like this.
Okay.
I said the same president who bought a ticket for 100 million naira. Do you know how much he gave to his Baba Saleh? What do we call them? The godfathers. Do you know how much he gave to them? Do you know how much he spent in each state? Do you know how much he spent in each ward? Are you now telling me that when they get there, they are going there? Is it a free will offering given to the whole Nigeria?
There was a fire outbreak in the north that donated 50
million. Donated 50, and there was also a fire outbreak in Ibadan. Nothing was donated to them based on his political ambition, believing that only those people from the northern side part of the country are those that can vote him into power. Now let me tell you this. This is just like a business. When you invest,
there must be a profit that will come out of it.
So what they believe was that they invested, and if you are going to get your profit back, it is not by force. It is not by force, and it is not the way you put the whole Nigeria in disarray.
Oil marketers have explained that the reappearance of queues and at filling stations in many states is because of the halt in the supply of petroleum products by dealers in a bid to avoid losing their assets due to the ongoing nationwide hunger protest. Many states in Nigeria, including the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, witnessed varying degrees of queues about 2 weeks ago, while the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited blamed on the hitch in the discharging operations of a couple of vessels. While the company and stakeholders work together to tackle the challenge, a nationwide protest against hunger and economic hardship commenced on Thursday, August 1st, 2024, disrupting petrol supply again and causing the reappearance of queues in some states. The National Public Relations Officer of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Chief Chinedu Kadike, told correspondents that marketers were advised to close their stations during the protest to avoid losing their assets, in the sense that people can just go into the filling station, take petrol and start burning things. So they are advised to make sure they close up. But now, their closing up is already affecting
let me tell
us
you this.
again.
When they close up now, it will also affect those that are in the government.
It's affecting everybody.
Let me tell you this. When there is no fuel to move around, I believe they will know what is going on. I remember this set of people then, when they came out to protest against Jonathan.
Okay.
Jonathan refused to bring back the subsidy. How much was the fuel then? I believe the country would have been stabilized by now. It was from, I think, 75 naira to
160 something.
No, 141 or so then. They now said their last word was that the following day, if Jonathan did not bring back the subsidy, they are going to shut down the power sector. And you know what that means?
I really wish that man had not returned. He had not done
When the power sector is being shut, what happened? The military will take over.
I really wish they had
That day when they were protesting, we saw the video, they brought it back on Facebook, they brought it back on all our social media, when Tinubu, the same president of Nigeria today, was saying subsidy is a scam.
The second one here says, security operatives disperse protesters in Abuja's arrest 3. This is coming after what the president said yesterday.
Wale Soyinka yesterday,
We are coming on that.
Yes, came out to say the arresting protest was what triggered the protesters to be destroying things.
Sir, if I were to be in their shoes too, I had plan of going on a peaceful protest and you shot at me.
The protesting in Sri Lanka, nobody was arrested, not until when the president left.
Okay.
Nobody was arrested. Nobody was brutalized based on the hardship upon the I don't know the reason why this set of people that believe they are African leaders, I don't know how their mentality work at times.
They actually allowed the word of the whites overpower us. They said because we are black, so our thinking is also black. Security operatives on Monday dispersed protesters in Cairo area of the Federal Capital Territory. The protesters were just assembling when security agents went after them and arrested 3. Speaking with correspondent, one of the protesters, Yahya Abdullahi, said the security agent fired tear gas at them. He said, our people were just coming out and the police and other security agents started tear gassing us and arrested some of our people. We know of 3 for now. So they are not even saying it is 3. They are still counting. I don't know why people will come out to say, and these people came out due to what President said yesterday. They said of everything that they are clamoring for, end bad governance, hunger protest, return full subsidy, no electricity, nothing was said. But the only thing the president was saying was, my government has approved the student loan, my government has removed the full subsidy, my government has...
One of the punch paper this morning, they said, the president said 570 billion naira was sent to each state.
Yeah.
To cushion the effect of this fuel subsidy. Where is the money? 20 trucks of rice were sent to each state.
Some states are coming out saying they've not collected it.
That none of the rice were being collected.
Who is deceiving you?
Who is not deceiving you? Automatically, you know, this set of people knows what they are doing. Let me tell you this. You know, I do say it. That once it was like a family man that called his wife and his children that I'm going to build a house for you. Till the house is going to be completed. Nobody is going to eat from this house. So now, if the children and the wife has died of starvation, who else is going to leave that house?
If not even the children, what if he himself dies before that time?
He himself will not die because he was that was the presidency and those that have been governing or that are governing us.
They are eating, not minding if we are hungry
building
or not.
Nigerian for the future of the unborn babies that are yet to come, starving the whole Nigerian. So when the country is put in shape today, what happens to those? The
unborn will enjoy it. Those that suffered with it can go for all I care. Those that are joining us, Adisa Waid, he said good morning to you, Adisa Waid, and he said Ekueto sir. He said, sir, you can answer Adisa Waid. Shoji Olaiwola, he said true talk. Thank you so much for joining. Ibrahim Abdulatif Olanrewaj, he said wicked leaders as well. Ibrahim Abdulatif Olanrewaj said Tinubu and his vice didn't have any good things to offer Nigerians. So said by Ibrahim Abdulatif Olanrewaj. So the last but not the least, still on the protest, it says Tinubu's broadcast fell short of expectations. This was coming from organizers Atiku, Soyinka, PDP, NLC, amongst others.
You failed to mention Falana.
That was why they put others.
Falana was there. There were 6 or 7 in numbers that were being mentioned.
For this, let me remove, I'm sorry, sir. Let me remove this anti-party. You know, Atiku is
Atiku led the hand, so they say Atiku is against the president because he's...
Soyinka is close with
That
Tinubu.
is what I was about to say, because Soyinka was a close friend to Tinubu. According to what he said then, that he told him not to contest for this election, that he called him Olori Kukun. He still
went ahead and contested
for the president. Now look at that barbaric speech. I believe what the president was supposed to address was the hunger in the land. You remember 3 days before the protest.
Yeah.
3 days before the commencement of this protest. What was said was that there was an outlet that was open all over the country.
To sell rice for 40,000
Within 24 hours, an outlet was open all over the country to sell rice.
They said it, but did you see?
Let me tell you this. I'm saying within 24 hours.
Okay.
You have been there for the past 1 year.
1 year.
No outlet was open. Now within 24 hours.
You said an outlet.
An outlet was open all over the country where people can buy a bag of rice for 40,000 naira. Now, what I believe the president should have done was that the mistake the president made was the first day of his announcement of fuel subsidy is gone. He didn't know what he was saying then. I didn't think he knew what he was saying. He would have waited to select some commissioners, to select some people.
Go and survey
survey it. Sit down in a round table. If this fuel subsidy is gone, the money that is going to be
recovered from the fuel subsidy.
From the fuel subsidy, what are we going to use the money for? Now, if this government says they are doing well, I believe there must be a transparency.
Yeah.
Nobody is disputing that all these ministers, all these senators, we are buying luxurious cars, cheap, some cheap. Now, if you are buying those ones, I believe you should be able to carry the Nigerians along.
Exactly.
Just ask me why. Within 2 months, 1 trillion naira was saved from the fuel subsidy money.
Where did you go?
If that 1 trillion naira was saved, now you now come out to address the whole Nigeria. Look at what I've just said though for the past 2 weeks that makes the whole country in disarray. Okay. This 1 trillion naira, we are channeling this money into our refinery. Let's work on Port Harcourt refinery first, where we have the crude oil.
Okay.
When you channel the money, a week after there must be a video showing that the work has commenced.
Ongoing.
The work is going. From time to time, you keep on updating.
Yeah.
Because I believe, the whole country believe, which you too believe, the president, I'm referring to the president, that any time you see the price of fuel being hiked in this country, what happened to other commodities? Everything goes up.
Obviously, because everything that we use in Nigeria comes with.
So sending palliatives will not solve the problem of the country. Now, those monies that you have been used to gather all those palliatives, the money would have been channeled to all our refinery, even though it is one of the refinery that start working, at least in the record of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, not APC this time around. The record of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in his first tenure, one of the refineries start working. Then the price of fuel will crash down. Now you are sending those money channeling into palliative. You remember when Buhari came on board? Yeah. Buhari said, okay, let's give him some times that is going to make sure he reshape Nigeria for the first year, second year, third year, fourth year. His re-election that was rigged because nobody voted him. They rigged the election based on they are the ones sitting on power. Now for good 8 years, none of the refinery worked. Now you are telling all this. Akpabio was coming out to. In fact, Akpabio should be ashamed of himself of coming out that 1 year is not enough to put things in shape. 8 years is not also enough for Buhari. So we will wait. We will not say anything.
For another 4 years.
For another 4 years. Then I saw a video that went viral. In fact, I was so ashamed of this man, Oshiomhole. Oshiomhole, in fact, you lost your integrity to the whole Nigerian. Because I could remember when you were there as the leader of NLC, you fought on behalf of your people, on behalf of the Nigerians.
And you won.
Immediately you won. Immediately you join politics. What happened? You no longer speak the truth. Because I remember one of your campaign. When you were campaigning, you said, join APC, your sin are forgiven. It was like this set of people they are on drugs whenever they go out to campaign. That is why at times they don't know what to say. Then two, this man you campaigned for then, Eze Yamu. When you were campaigning for Obaseki, you said Eze Yamu cannot be, he's not a trustworthy man, that they cannot commit the treasury of the state into the hand of Eze Yamu. Yeah. That was in Edo State. Yeah. Now Oshiomhole won the election. After Oshiomhole won the election, based on godfatherism, what you were expecting from what you were expecting from Obaseki was not given to you. You now went back to be campaigning for Eze Yamu. Eze Yamu, the same man that you said is a thief, that is not trustworthy. Look at what happens some months back when the president called a conference meeting. The president was asking categorically from Oshiomhole, Are we doing good? Are we doing better? Oshomole said yes. Automatically, you can see that this set of people that are closer to the president had a problem of this country. And then Oshomole have opened up, say, our president, oh, we are not doing well, oh, with what Nigerians are saying. It would have
been the best thing he has done ever.
You would have earned my respect the moment.
A lady's video went viral during this protest. I think it was on the day one. I don't know if you came across the video, whereby a reporter was asking the lady. And when the lady got to the aspect of, she was so shameful of what the Senate man said. He said, we should go
out and
protest. He will sit at home and be eating. The lady said something, and I kind of gained confidence in what the lady said. She said, when I was coming, I already bidded my family goodbye. I can come back, I might not come back. Can you imagine? Coming out to show my pain, my agony, my grounding, and somebody is telling me that you can come, you might not come back. She said I already waved to them goodbye. So if I go, fine. If I not go, fine. But for this one, we are going to fight till our last breath.
I was wondering
for poor masses to come out and stand tough like this.
Let me tell you this. You remember in the scripture, I'm not here to quote the Bible.
I understand.
Where there was a famine in the land.
Okay.
Then a prophet came and prophesied. What happened? There was a war when these lepers were coming. What happened to the city that had the voice of those lepers that were coming? What happened? They flew away. Before you get to know what happened in the city, there was a suppression of food in the city. Now, I believe the number one priority of a government in this country is how is people are going to be okay. Once there is food on the table of the poor man, the next thing the poor man will always think of is how their children is going to make it in life.
Obviously.
But somebody who don't have food to eat, let me tell you this, an hungry man
is an angry man. Aramose Omotoyosi said, good morning, keep in love you. Enough is enough for the bad government. They are brutal, they are the enemies of progress of Nigerians. It's time for the youths to fight for the right. He said, we are hungry. We are lazy. We are not lazy, we are tired. We are not going back. We are ready to fight for our rights and our nation. So says Omotoyosi. And that Taiwo Kende JP, he said, good job, well done. Thank you so much. And then the body of the last news says, organizer of the nationwide protest against Ashi, former Vice President Abubakar Atiku, Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka, and human rights activist Femi Falana have described the early response of President Bola Tinubu to the protest, which was on its fourth day yesterday. Recall that the protesters had asked the president to address the nation and respond to their 15 points demand if they were to call off their protest. They even had points. Not satisfied with the president's response to the protest, organizers of the protest continued with their action at the Gani Fawemi Park at Ojota in Lagos, Osun and Kano, among other states, yesterday, saying the nationwide broadcast did not address their demands. The police, however, barred the protesters from holding a procession beyond the designated ground at Gani Fawemi Park, Ojota. One of the main organizers of the nationwide protest, Mr. Adeyoju, described the broadcast by President Tinubu as a complete disaster. Adeyoju said, and I quote, President Tinubu failed to address the demands of the protesters, not even one. And it is very disappointing and unfortunate because there is no other way to explain it. Those people at the villa cannot make the president see or hear what is going on in the country. The president could not order the arrest of people who killed peaceful protesters in the last couple of days, and it is really sad. The president's broadcast to the nation was just a complete disaster, a very disappointing broadcast indeed.
Nothing but the old truth. With what the president said yesterday, you can now see, the old Nigerians can now see, that this senator, I think Undume, what's his name?
Ali Undume.
Ali Undume.
That was the former chief whip.
The former chief whip. You can now see that what he said was nothing but the old truth. And when you look at the National Assembly today, anybody that is coming out to speak nothing but the truth will
is either you are removed from your position, or you are suspended indefinitely. I don't know where it is being done, whereby you'll be inflicting pains on people, and you expect them to keep their mouth shut.
I wonder what is going to happen to Akpabio. After when he might have lived that seat.
Except if he leaves the seat, he's going to sit down there.
Except if he travels out of this country.
Thank you so much for joining on News Review today. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, on YouTube, on X account, on TikTok, on Instagram, at Wisdom Yard Online TV. You can as well join the WhatsApp community on 0701010859. You can as well be a sponsor for any of the program on this show. Just send in your DM. We are going to reply you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Ambassador Riluwa.
Thanks for having me.
And Nokpa about to say a very big thank you to you, because Nokpa do say health is wealth. Till we come again on your screen, I remain my humble self, Odunwayo Adelere. Be good and be fine. Bye for now.